and shield. Okay, like I said, look at this top here. This welcome, we don't need this. We are taking it off. So this is our project. This is what we are working on. This is the website we are creating. We created index, which is the home page. This is our home page, and this is about us page, and this is skills page, and this is our CSS, which is external CSS, our style sheets, right? So I'll show you how to link all of them to our home page, meaning how to link all the pages, to these guys, these links. So let's go back to the code. In the code, in the head, you guys must have seen one link. Now this link is for the external style sheets, external CSS. So look at this link rel, link open tag link rel. Then you give it the command. You tell it that I want, okay, I think I should delete this guy and do it bit by bit. If I just put VS Code is make things easy. If you just put link and hit on tab, it will give you everything direct. But this is not what I want. So I'll open the code, I'll open the tag, type link. If you type in link, you give a space, and you type in rel, and you put equal to, you put double quotes. Then you tell it you can link icon, you can link every other thing. But this time around, we want to link style sheets. So you tell the text editor that I'm linking style sheets. Look at it. You can link icon. I'll show you icon. I'll show you how to link icon. I'll show you what it means to link icon. But this time around, we are working just on style sheets. So we are linking a style sheet to style. Then you give a space. Okay, sorry, why am I pressing? So just like you saw it. Style sheets dot. Then href. This href, this is where you put the name of the sheets. Like, what did I save my CSS with? And you go back to the folder, you check, okay, I saved my CSS with style. This is your CSS. As you can see, the CSS icon is even different. It's different from the HTML icon. So meaning I saved my CSS work with style. So you go there and you write style dot CSS. That's all. Now we've linked our work. But still, I think there is something. Let me see if I'm not missing anything. If we save, now this internal CSS, now we can cut it out. This is the CSS. Now we are trying to cut the CSS out. It ends here. So we are cutting it out. So we go for cut. We don't want to see it in our HTML again. So we'll go to style and we paste it here. But the difference is it doesn't, in style, we don't use, in CSS, we don't use tag. We only use tags in HTML. So I will delete the closing tag and the opening tag for style. We don't need this. We don't need this. So this is external CSS. All we use is curly brackets. We use curly brackets. Everything will be in curly bracket. So if I say in this, so in this our body, in our body, the first thing we have is our header. Then we name this header. We give this div. There's div. There is div. What's mailing?
Are you paying attention?
Check this message, please. There is div. There is div in the header, and the div is we classify it as container. So this container is a nickname. We can say it's a name for this div, because if you want to style this div, you want to style it, you must call it by the name in CSS. just listen carefully, you understand this. If you want to style this div, you must call it by the name in CSS. What's the styling of this div? In this our output, the styling of this div is this ash color you are seeing here. This ash color you are seeing at the head, at the top, from here to here. So that is the div, that is the container. That is showing you that this is a container. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say for example, this our UL, this rice. Let me put it in a div. So if I want to put this in a div, I'll just go up and put div, create a tag for div. And I'll close the div here. So let's say I name this div. So this div is a container. I've put this UL rice in a div. So I will name the div. Let's say I can use class and I can use ID. ID for identity, for identification, class for classification. Both have the same usage, but there are actually differences, and I'll show you the differences later. So just know that I can use class. Let me see, I can use ID. Then I give it an ID equal to double quote. Double quote, let me say IB. So I give it that ID, IB. So meaning the name of this div, there are a lot of divs. There's this div, the div is named container. And there's this div, the div is named IB. There's another div down. I'm very sure if you go check, you'll see another div. Look at another div. The div is called container. So you can name all the divs container, but mind you, if you go to style them, you will call container. Anything you style in container, all the divs in this your HTML will have effects because all of them carries the same name. So now IB. Now I will go to my style sheet and I will style IB. Let's say I can fix it anywhere. Then I will call on IB. But there is still something. If you want to call on ID, let's say, there is class and there is ID. I said class for classification, ID for identity. Now let me show you the difference. Let's go down and see where they call any div called container. If you can see where they style anything called container. Okay, basically ChatGPT didn't style any container here. He didn't use the class and he didn't use ID. So if you want to call class ID, you use hashtag to call ID. You use hashtag to call ID. What's the ID I use for IB? The IB is the ID I use for that particular div. But if you want to call class, you won't call it with hashtag. I'll show you how to call class. Now, IB, and I put the curly bracket. Now I can start styling that particular div I just created right now. So I can say background color. I can say background color. I can give it, let's give it something that will come out. Blue, background color blue. And I saved. I just want you to see that see what div really is. It didn't work. What might be the problem? Okay, I'll go ahead and close this. I remember I did something. Go ahead and close this. And I will come to my portfolio. So it didn't work. Let's see where the problem is. And this is what we call bugging. So you must learn how to bug and debug. As you code, your code will be giving you headache, your code will be giving you issue, it won't be working. So you must find the problem, you must find where the problem is. So this div ID is IB. So let me see my style sheets. Oh, I didn't link the style sheets very well. Let me see something real quick. Khalifa, you are welcome. Can you please mute yourself? I'm trying to see where the problem of my code is. There's a problem in. Okay, let me use class. Steve, class. Can everybody tell me how to call class? Rabiat Ibrahim, we've done this before with you. Can you tell me how I can call class in CSS? If I use hashtag for ID, what do I use for class? Rabiat Ibrahim, I know you are hearing me, but you won't unmute yourself.
Full stop. Full
Good,
stop.
full stop. Thank you, thank you. Use full stop to call class. I saved that. Let me see if it's for. It didn't work. There's probably a problem somewhere, and I can't figure that out. What's the actual problem? Okay, I'll go ahead and remove this. Let me add a width.
I think you wrote ID, not IB.
Yes. Well, here I wrote ID. Okay, I've seen that mistake. Let me change it to ID. And it's still not working. There's definitely a problem somewhere. There must be a problem somewhere.
The position, right?
Huh?
The position and the width, not only the background color.
The width, I want to use 50%. So the position is okay. There's a problem somewhere. There's actually a problem somewhere. And I don't understand why the problem. I think with the savings, let me do something like this. Let me see if the problem is. Let me quickly create a div here. I'll name this div. I'll give it an ID. Still didn't work.
But did you link the CSS with the HTML?
I can't hear you.
Did you link the CSS with the HTML?
Yeah, I linked it. I linked it.
Wait.
There is definitely a problem somewhere. Let me see if the problem is with my text editor. Yeah, Arabia, I saved it. Let me open bracket and see. Okay, before bracket opens. So this is more reason why you don't really need to learn coding if you just have it by a chatbot. As for this one, trust me, myself, I'm surprised because if I should have problem with coding, it's not something like this. This is a very, 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 very neglected problem. It's not something that is supposed to be a problem, but my greatest surprise, I don't know why it's not running. Let me see brackets. Let me try brackets. Well, save this. Let me quickly save this on desktop. Let me put demo.html. Let me paste the code here. In bracket, this is where you run your code. You can see one flash sign at the top right. If you just click on it, the browser will come up. And this is it. Definitely something is wrong. Let me add background. No, 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 no. Definitely something is wrong with this code. Let me see. Let me check my spellings. Am I wrong somewhere in the tag? Okay, please, let's not waste our time. Let's go back and continue reading, continue interpreting this code. So where did I stop? I've showed you the meaning of this unordered lists and how to list them. This A is called anchor tag, and this href. Now this is where you add the link of about us page, which we created. This is about us.html. You go check the name you use to save it. That's what you will add here. Now this hashtag is put here because there was no page. So if you click on it, it will just remain there. You will just be on the page. Where is it? So if you click on it, look at this top here, you will see index here. If you click on it, about us will come there, but with hashtag, meaning it's not existing. About us just added with hashtag, meaning it's not existing. It just scrolls down, as you can see. Okay, I understand what happens here. Click on it, it will scroll down to about us. There's another anchor tag. There's anchor tag at the bottom where these guys were created. I will show you. If you click on about us, it will take you down to this guy. There is an anchor tag. So now that we have about us page, so all we will do is we'll delete this guy. Whenever we write href about us Quran folder. Okay, I think I'm getting where the problem is coming from now. Where's my, I have a folder called Quran here. Haba, it's running since I'm opening the wrong, I was opening the wrong file. Oh shit. That's where the problem was coming from. So it's running since, but I moved, this guy in the presence of you guys. Didn't I do something like this? No, I won't replace. Let me just ignore this guy for now first. But I moved this guy now. How comes? Okay. So please, guys, the way I did it, that was how it is. So the problem was I was opening the wrong file. And same thing right now. I will move this guy in here, but I won't replace it. Should I replace it with that guy? I think there's no point. Let me just replace it. Hey. You can see this guy has been cancelled. So I can as well still come do this. Open with VS Code. All right, this one is in my portfolio. This one is in desktop. So I can still save this one again if I want to create another folder, to create another. So I will continue using this one so that, so as you guys can see, it actually works. So go ahead and remove this guy, what I was trying to show you since. So that's coding for you. It's complicated. At times, something that you never expected will confuse you. So you just sit down, you continue bugging and debugging. So now, this is about us. So I'll just remove this guy. And once I put A, look at the about us we saved, the about us page. It has already recommended. You will put the name you used to save the page. Remember, we created about us page and we put about us.html. This is it. So if you click on it, so anytime, let me save this guy. So anytime I come here, is it this one? Yeah. So anytime I come here now and click on about us, it will take us to another page. You know, our about us page, we've done nothing yet. So it will take us. Let me show you example. Let me go to the about us page and let me add something. Okay, we've done this and this guy didn't show. Probably there is also a problem somewhere, but no problem. Let me do this first. Let me close this guy. Don't save. Close. I'll leave the style sheets and I will go through the folder and open them just to be sure. Just to be sure. Let me use H1. About me. Save and about me. So meaning the code is right. We just link about us page. So if you click on about us, it will take you to about me. So that is basically how you do it. So let's come back to index. This one, it has been cancelled because I've deleted the file. I replaced the file. So you can still save it if you want by simply doing Control S and sorry, save as. Save as home home dot html. Always remember that. But this time around, let me just put it on the desktop. I can put it in my document. I can put it anywhere. To home.html. This meeting will end in 10 minutes. Once it ends, that will be all for today. So I was doing, okay, as you can see now, it's no more cancelled anymore because it has been saved. So I'll just close it and continue with the one I'm working on. Skills. I also have skills. I also created a skills. Once you put SK, it will show skills.html. So that's how we link. That's how we link, external pages. And there's something we call target blank. Okay, let me don't occupy you guys with a lot of codes. But you guys should just understand. So that's that for what is it called? And you can continue adding. If you want to add more menus, you just copy this list. You copy it. You go come down and paste. Then you change the menu. Then you come down again and paste. Then here you add the link. Mind you, this about us you added here is a link which you use to save the page. And in front, look at about. This about is what will appear here. Now about is this thing you are seeing here. The link won't appear. It's invisible. It's behind. It's in the about us. So the link won't appear, but this will appear. So that's why here is about us link, and here is the actual writing of about us. You can make it capital letter. You can do whatever you want to do with it. You can copy and paste and change education. You can change it. So that's for navigation bar. And here we have about us section. It says they both added a comment section called about us. But one thing I want, so you can continue seeing it and you understand all we have here is combination of div, h1, ul. I've explained all these things. And we have the footer. The footer, as you can see, the only thing in the footer is this container and copyrights 2023 Ibrahim's portfolio. There are other things you can add to footer. Let me quickly open one of my complete phone projects. Let's say, where do I keep them, sir? Let me check my amusement park projects. I have a project, an amusement park project, my shadow amusement park. This is the folder. These are all the files of the project. I'll just go ahead and open the home page for you guys so that you can see. My shadow amusement park. So I built this website when I was even learning, like almost when I got my first job. I think 2017 or 2016, around that period. Or when I built this website. So something like this, look at the footer, it's overwhelming, like there are a lot of things on the footer, all right? So I built the website for someone, that the man is called Matubulu something. He has a wide name like that, one man like that. Thierry, this is the name of the man so the man gave me the job and I coded everything. I can show you the code. And trust me, that time while I was building this website, I was not really good at coding. I don't really know a lot of things. I just know that I needed the money. If you need money, you will do anything. Or when I sit down and say, no, I must do this thing the way this man gave it to me. So that was when I started having complete interest in web development. So back to our work. Imagine you want to build something like this again. You know what I expect you to do if you want to build with chatbot? What I expect you to do is you should just go to that chatbot and you will be like, okay, I want to build an amusement park website. Create the header. Who is that? Umaima, mute yourself. The header section. You just tell ChatGPT to create a good header section for you. If ChatGPT, okay, let's even do it. I didn't open ChatGPT here. Let's go to ChatGPT. I want to code amusement park websites, comma, generate, how am I typing? Generate the header, generate a beautiful header section for me with attractive colors. Now it's giving you HTML and now it's giving you CSS. And now that's all. Now we'll just go ahead and copy this. Now let's come to brackets. Let's open new. Let's paste this. Let's save. Amuse.html. This is a quick one. So let's save it in our desktop. So let's go get the CSS. Mind you, you can save everything plainly on your desktop as far as it's desktop. If you put in folder, then you must put everything in folder. Let's do internal CSS. There will be no need for this link. If you are using bracket, you must download Init before you start getting that. So we paste this the CSS we saved. Now let's run our code and see if it's beautiful. Now look at this. This is beautiful. Isn't this beautiful? Welcome to our amusement park. Home, attractions, tickets, about us, and contact us. Now, you can do something. You will tell ChatGPT. You will tell ChatGPT. Let's go back. Now that you've seen what ChatGPT gives you, right? Now you go back to the code. You go back to ChatGPT and you say, I want, and you say, I want the color to be, I want the color. What am I typing? And ChatGPT can easily understand your errors, your typo. I want the color to be red and blue. Red and does anyone have any color technology idea here? Which color do you think we should mix? I want the color to be red, red. The background color. You need to be precise at times. I want the background. I want the background color to be red. And the writing black. It will recode it for you. Just watch. It's recording. Very easy and fast. So if you ask ChatGPT to code website from the scratch from A to Z, it will give you a very simple website, just like the one we did yesterday and the one we've been working on since. But if you go step by step, now we ask for header and it gives us header. Now, let's copy the HTML. Let's go replace. Control A, Control V. Now we go back again, we copy the CSS. Let's see if it really did well. Now, unfortunately, this meeting will end any moment from now in less than 1 minute. Let's see if it did well. Oh, sorry. Someone is about to end to join when meeting is about to end.